On a cloudy evening in the land of 10,000 lakes, it is time for a Western Conference clash that will have all eyes of the league drawn toward it. Minnesota United FC 2 and Portland Timbers 2, two sides who sit above the Western Conference playoff line, are set to do battle. In the second meeting of the year between Minnesota and Portland, it was the latter with the victory back on May 13th. My name is Josh Lilt. I'm happy to have you with us from the National Sports Center Stadium. Minnesota, they face some of the top competition in the conference as of late, and that continues today against a Portland side who are unbeaten across their last 4 games and sit only 4 points out of the top spot as they trail Austin FC and Houston Dynamo 2 for the Western Conference crown. And looking at the starting 11s for both sides, 3 changes for Fernando Adi. After 12 days off from that SKC2 fixture, Kristers Bica returns to the lineup for the first time since the end of June. Hector Cruz's physicality and growth has earned him starting minutes since the end of June. Sam Vigilante is the only technical switch on the back line from the team's last match. And Luke Hilly, he is back in form. He scored a goal since returning to the team, but he joins a front line that's lacked firepower since the absences of Marcus Caldera and Darius Randall, who is back in the matchday squad for the first time since June 20th. He scored 6 goals and recorded 3 assists this year. And a look at the visitors, just one change for interim head coach Andres Flores from that win over Real Monarchs, and it's Bryce Van Verhis. He's slotted in at right back for Sawyer Jura. And Sam Joseph, he is the best keeper in the league. He leads MLS Next Pro with 9 clean sheets this year, and it's a defense that finds themselves atop the league in nearly every statistical category. They are formidable. But on the offensive side, they get into good spots. They draw a lot of set pieces, and it's due to the fluid movement and skill of guys like Eric Izoita. And atop the formation, you have Daniel Cervantes, who's gotten most of the scoring done on his own. 7 goals to his name this year. While his line mates, though, they've only combined for 1 goal. So they'll look to be a little more well-rounded atop this formation come playoff time.
Number 75.
Just moments away from kickoff in Blaine, Minnesota. The captain's posed with the officiating crew prior to kickoff. Alejo Kalume is our head official. Tyler Sambert and Andrew Stefanik are the assistant referees, and Ryan Farrell is the 4th official. It is 69 degrees at kickoff in Blaine, Minnesota. The wind is moving about 8 miles an hour to the southwest. It shouldn't impact the ball too much. There is a 30% chance of rain right around kickoff here at 7 p.m. local time. And the wind is expected to pick up, and we'll keep an eye on that and keep all of you fans at home updated on the weather situation. Both teams enter their huddles. It's Minnesota in the black kits with white letters and numbers. Timbers 2 in the white uniforms with green letters and numbers. Portland currently sit in 3rd place in the Western Conference, 11 wins, 4 losses, and 2 victories and penalties and 5 tries. For Minnesota, they're just above the playoff line in 8th, 8 wins, 9 losses, and they've gone 2 for 3 in PKs this year. For the hosts, they've had to use a lot of academy products over the last couple of months. And those young players, they now have experiences that can't necessarily be found in every single player. You can only get those experiences by playing on the pitch, and it is valuable nonetheless. For Portland, it's a pretty consistent lineup that has been quite cohesive, and they've found that chemistry together. They'll start with it, and at the sound of the whistle, we are underway from Blaine, Minnesota. Match week 22 in MLS Next Pro, set to have a full slate of matches this weekend, but for now, it's some Friday night lights. As Portland start with the kick, but it's Minnesota who possess off a throw-in and foul. It's Troy Putt with his first touch of the evening. Opts outside. And Timbers 2 win the foul. There was a bit of a push as motioned by Alejo Kalume. It's Sam Joseph set to send it away. As we mentioned in the pregame, 9 clean sheets this year. He stopped 78% of the shots he's faced. And what a story he's had. Went from an undrafted signee and then got invited to a preseason camp and tryout by Timbers 2 and eventually signed with the team. What a journey it's been for the former UCLA Bruin, who spent his last year in college at Virginia Tech. Ball played out and heads the way of Minnesota. And sticking with Sam Joseph, you knew the potential that he had coming out of Virginia Tech. 7 shutouts in 16 matches a year ago. But his defense, they haven't left him out to dry either, as his side gets forward quickly. Barjolo. Sliding ball in, and it's turned over. Anderson Ferris set to take this throw in. One of many academy products on this Minnesota United FC2 roster. At one point in the late stages of June, Fernando Adi, the head coach of Minnesota, started at least 8 academy players in the 11. That's unheard of. But again, as guys, they've gained that experience, and it will be so valuable going forward. It's really elevated the play of guys like Hector Cruz, Jabari Kubisu, Jaden Bernard, Mohamed Bojang. The list goes on and on. Brody Shelf, Anderson Ferris, Max Harwood. Harwood, of course, an MLS Next All-Star. It's Portland who control early on. Here's another look at it. Yep, and there is the foul. Following the infraction by Clarkson. It's a set piece here for Portland. They accumulate free kicks at the highest rate in MLS Next Pro. This is now their 348th. The question is, can they continue to do damage on these situations? That ball is short-lived. Falls to Pecota. It's doinked off the defender. And it's a good run forward by Jacob Friedman. He uses these Timber 2 defenders as decoys. Ferris into traffic. And it's one back by the visitors for now. Falls to Barjolo. Dispossessed by Putt. Timbers to come off that 1-0 victory against Real Monarchs at home. Daniel Cervantes recorded the lone goal. It was a PK just beyond the hour mark. And that would be all she wrote. Just one goal needed to get all 3 points in that one. It was a side that was dominant offensively. Had nearly triple the amount of shots that Real Monarchs recorded on that day. But it was not the greatest first half by either side. Both Portland and Monarchs were held to 0 shots on target in the first half. But that would be the 9th shutout recorded by Sam Joseph on the year. That would be a club record and currently stands as a club record. Some days the attacking numbers won't be as prevalent as other days. But if your defense can remain solid, you'll always have a chance to pick up points. Bryce Van Verhis talks things over with the 4th official. Tries the ball off. Leo Kalume back into position. And off the throw-in. A violation along the touchline. Turns it over to Portland. That one off Bargiolo. And Minnesota retained possession. Both these clubs were in identical 1-0 fixtures in their last match, but for Minnesota, they were on the opposite end. They fell 1-0 at SKC2. The only goal scored was by Misael Rodriguez, and it was quite impressive. Off a direct free kick just outside the box. But that match very well could have gone to PKs. Troy had a penalty kick saved later in the match. But that would be all the opportunity that Minnesota would get. They had 4 shots on target, but couldn't do anything with it. In passing the ball, they were the superior team, both in frequency and accuracy. As they win this one back, it's Pakota. Outside to Troy. Service on the ground, steered aside. Kabia regains. It's played into the box and right to the chest of Sam Joseph. But that sequence a lot like what happened for Minnesota in that SKC2 game. And Fernando Adi was one to notice that his team was really good at getting to the final third. They were swift, working through the defensive and middle thirds of the pitch. But in that final third, it just did not click on that day. They lacked the finishing touch, both passing-wise and on attacking terms. They do draw the free kick off the foul. And it is a dangerous spot indeed to go for goal. Things can speed up when you're in the final third. The defense will tend to become a little more engaged, aggressive. And of course, offensive players, they're looking for the right move. They want to catch the opponent lacking. So hence the game's speed will go up a notch or two. And that's caught Minnesota here over the last month, which has been a back and forth month of play in terms of results. But right now, this moment, they have a chance to jump out in front. And Alejo Kalume will head over to the traffic and talk things over. He pulls in Luke Hilly, shares a couple of words about the extracurricular contact before the play. And a good job of the head official putting those actions to rest before it gets out of hand. It's Friedman and Cruz over this ball. It's Jacob Friedman going for goal, and it's over the head of Sam Joseph. It was a good chance as he aimed for that top right corner. Got his foot a little too much under that one, and Portland come away unscathed. Minnesota find themselves with the ball yet again. Kristers Bita with it. We mentioned his first match since June 24th against LAFC 2. And it has been a hectic month and 7 days for the young goalkeeper. At 19 years of age from Latvia, there was a multitude of things that kept him away from the pitch. There was a bit of a lower body injury that was reoccurring, but also Bita's play has been recognized by the first team. He's been called up to train with them and get those well-earned opportunities. But the third part of it, well, Bita had to return back to Latvia to finish high school. So you take into account all three of those things. Bita's presence has been missed as he now makes his 8th start and 8th appearance on the year. And you look at the damage he had been doing between the sticks before he had that stoppage and missed several matches. He had 16 saves over 2 matches. 10 stops against St. Louis City SC2, set a single game record for a Minnesota second team keeper. Then he had half a dozen stops on the road against LAFC2 in a 1-0 loss. He makes just his first appearance since, and Anderson Ferris could not keep that one in. And Portland regain. And Lejo Kalume wants Bryce Van Verhest to back up a bit and not cheat off his spot. Still steps pretty aggressively. And returns it right back to the opposition. Well, last time these two teams got together, it was second half magic that brought in all 3 points for Portland Timbers 2. Went into the second half at home and recorded goals against Minnesota in the 52nd and 60th minutes respectively. They ended up winning that one 2-1 and led in shots on target. But again, we're not the superior team with the ball. It seems that's been Minnesota's area of expertise as of late, but overall in the air, they haven't had the magic with the ball at their feet. They'll have to get back and defend here. Is that one way behind Cervantes? Aaron Ball steals a moment away from Timbers 2. Troy and company look to punish, but instead he'll just give it right to the back line. Portland have 2 victories in their last 3 tries against this Minnesota team. The one non-victory was a PK win, but it is Minnesota who leads this all-time series. Heated battle on that near touchline. And Van Verhest able to draw a foul in that scenario. Minnesota thought they were in good contention for the ball, but got a little handsy on the play. This Portland team has already surpassed their win total from a year ago. They didn't qualify for the playoffs for the 4th consecutive year in MLS Next Pro play. Had just 10 wins, suffered 12 losses, and only won a third of their games that went to penalties. However, this year it's been quite the opposite. They haven't really had a tough stretch this year. Every time they've lost, they seem to have gotten back on the front foot immediately without hesitation. This portion of the match is brought to you by the experts at Alina Health. And altogether, better kind of healthcare. Learn more at alinahealth.org. Ferris inside. And the extra foot there, able to pry it loose. Aizoida with the takeaway. And the foul one. But the head official indicates that there will be a throw-in on this one. Or that a ball was needed on the pitch. And there it is, the throw-in. And Van Verhees has found himself in a couple of these spots today. Minnesota a year ago made the Western Conference Finals. Didn't have the greatest regular season. Ended up finishing 5th in the conference table. But getting a spot in the postseason, that's the chance they needed, as this one appeared to be one back, but Troy did draw the foul. And it was a late whistle that came in from the head official. Sent into recycle. Minnesota have had much of the ball early on. They've built with confidence. Anything that Timbers 2 have found, it's come in transition. And they put the press on in hopes of jarring this ball loose. That ball tight-roped down the far side. Play inward, shot with the left, and it's no good. Both teams with a high press early on. Van Verhees sees daylight across the pitch, but leaves it short. Intercepted by Vigilante. And Minnesota regained control. Only year this Portland Timbers 2 team made the playoffs in their existence was back in 2018 in the USL Championship, where they made it to the conference quarterfinals. Since then, and before then, they have not sniffed the postseason. Could this be the team that gives Timbers 2 a chance at hardware in MLS Next Pro? Not only could they make the playoffs, but if they continue good form down the stretch, they very well could be in contention for that regular season title. The top Eastern Conference team at the moment, Crown Legacy FC, unlike Timbers 2, has 40 points. Right now it comes down to the ability of Andres Flores' side to catch Austin FC 2 and Houston Dynamo 2. Just 4 points separate the top-seeded Black and Verde and Timbers 2. And Ferris screaming for it. He's found. Collects and plays around to Clarkson. And the central midfielders, Luciano Pocota and Hector Cruz, working near those center backs to provide reinforcements, but they've been covered up for the most part. Pocota has a bit of room to work. Outside Ferris, one touch, turn, face. Oh, what a stop from Joseph. That is incredible from the Timbers 2 keeper. He's in pursuit of his 10th shutout on the year, and it's saves like that that can make you one of, if not the best defensive team in the league. Heroic effort from the San Diego Kid. Point blank chance there in front of the net for Luke Hilly, and he couldn't punish Portland. This one's low, headed away by Cervantes. Ball touched in. It finds Hilly again, right at the spot, but it's cleared by Portland. Cervantes never gave up, flicks it forward, but his teammate was not on the run. Cruz cannot connect with Troy. Short play by Joseph. Nearly intercepted by Ferris. Izoida forward, and what a hit in the middle of the field. It's a great challenge from Minnesota. Hilly onto his right. Luke Hilly has that one blocked. Falls to Hector Cruz. He's dispossessed. It's taken. Pakota floated outside to Troy, onto his right, and cannot test Joseph. But what a sequence in the final third for this Minnesota team. You see multiple Portland players hunched over. The sheer force that Minnesota is playing with early on, the will to get to the ball first, find chances, and spread Timbers 2 out thin. It hasn't amounted to anything on the score sheet, but they're doing all the right things. They're wearing the visitors out. And you just have to think back to that challenge right in the middle of the field. One defensive play set up multiple scoring chances. This portion of the match is brought to you by Alliance Life Insurance Company of North America, proud worldwide insurance partner of the International Olympic and Paralympic Committees. Injury on the pitch right now for Portland. Head official over to check on the injured man. Players from both teams right now using this chance to hydrate. It will be Minnesota ball when we resume. Here's another look at it. Nice touch by Ferris. And it got Cervantes up high. Got the wind knocked out of him, but back to his feet. That's a good sign. However, he was last to touch. And it's Anderson Ferris set to get play started yet again. Flicked forward by Vigilante. Up ahead to Friedman. Jacob Friedman. He's taken down, and it is a late foul call. Pardon me, a throw-in coming here. Hilly along the byline and draws the corner kick. Just the second of the day for Minnesota, who very much like Portland accumulate set pieces in a hurry. They're top 6 in both total free kicks and corner kicks this year in MLS Next Pro. The question is, can they convert at a higher rate It's an area Fernando Adi knows his side needs to improve as that falls. And Clarkson with a bit of power behind that one. Sends that one right through the defense, but it clipped a Timbers 2 player and sets up the third Minnesota corner kick as Clarkson right off the head of the defender. This one has in swing. It's threatening on the backside and somehow leaks through. It was last touched by Portland. But the ruling has changed. Leo Klume had initially pointed for a goal kick the way of Timbers 2, but corrected his call. Minnesota, again, a trio of corner kicks. They haven't had anyone that stood out on the header side of things to make these set pieces deadly. Can a personality of these situations come to the spotlight here in the late stages of 2026? That one's batted away, but a foul against Minnesota turns it over to the visitors. Minnesota, they're always getting into the good areas, as Fernando Adi pointed to. But they have not been able to take advantage of situations like you just saw. It's now 4 corner kicks and not much to show for it. They do have 7 total shots, but only 1 has tested Sam Joseph, and it was not off a set piece. Defensively, though, Minnesota, they've also been very good at defending set pieces. They've been quite solid in marking their man and not letting any opportunities come to fruition inside the box in the midst of protecting their keeper. And beats up. Timbers 2 have made life very difficult for opponents this year. 11 total clean sheets. This one falls for Hilly. Fancy touch. Hilly with moves. Oh, that is audacious. But the flag was raised for offside. It was a delayed offside call. The far side official has a flair for the dramatics. Hilly onto it. And he put defenders sliding left and right. And right now, Sam Joseph has no idea what's going on, and it looks like there's a corner kick. The flag was raised. It looked like an offside call was made against Luke Hilly. But the ball went into the net, so it's hard to tell the reasoning for the corner kick here at the half-hour mark. But once again, another set-piece chance, the 5th one here in just the first 30 minutes of play for Minnesota. The explanations made to Portland. And we're back underway. And Joseph, with confidence, goes into the air to grab the ball. This portion of the match is brought to you by Target. Target is here for the love of the Loons. Hector Cruz. His feed rejected. Cabia under duress, but it is worked up ahead. Hilly calls for it. It nearly got to Troy. Minnesota continue to stay on the ball in the attacking half. They haven't given any opportunity whatsoever to Portland, who are without a shot up to this point. Minnesota have nearly triple the amount of passes attempted by this Portland team. And Timbers, too, they've struggled to move the ball. They've passed at a rate of 55%. Meanwhile, Minnesota are just north of the clip of 84% sharing the ball. Although you have to give Portland credit. They've had a bend, don't break mentality to their game today. 8 shot attempts, just 1 on goal. They've come together as a unit, especially in the threatening areas like the 6-yard box and the penalty area as a whole, to make the shot attempts that much tougher for Minnesota. At some point, they'll need to see scoring chances, and for Minnesota, there's going to come a point in this match where you have to at least have a shot on target following one of these many corner kicks. Dangerous ball, nearly left for Cervantes. Pecota and company able to come together and recollect it. And Bita sends that one into the midfield. And Hilly goes down. And Cruz tried to restart play and draw a yellow card possibly on Benjamin Bargiolo. He went too quick, and the head official puts any thoughts of a yellow card against Portland out of the head of Hector Cruz. Heavy touch and a takedown in the center circle. There's our first booking of the evening, and Portland are not happy with it. Enriquez doesn't mince words with Philip Tarnu. That's his 4th booking on the year. He tried to scramble after that heavy touch. I mean, he got his foot to the ball. It went about another 10 feet and absolutely leveled Eric Izoida. And the training staff now onto the pitch to check on the injured midfielder. Eric Izoita, one of 2 Timbers 2 players to have appeared with the first team this year, and the match he appeared in will certainly go down as one of the most memorable in his career. It came back in March against Vancouver Whitecaps, and that was his debut for the first team. Ended up scoring a goal as he played all 90 minutes in that one. Became the 2nd youngest player to debut in an MLS start for Portland at 18 years of age and 180 years old. 18 years, 180 years old for Eric Izoita on that memorable day for his MLS debut. And this year has recorded 3 goals and 2 assists in now his 20th match played with the second team. And if given the chance to create, Izoita is one of the best in Next Pro. He's 2nd in the league in key passes, corner kicks, crosses, and has a dangerous left foot. That all is only good, though, if he can get his foot to the ball. He does so there. In search of Bargiolo. And Ferris acrobatically keeps that one in. Fernandez Kim last to touch. And it's Minnesota again with the ball. Ondo. Still with it. Got a couple of touches. Has the size advantage. Ondo got by 3 defenders. Enriquez. Ondo. Cycled around. Aizoita in pursuit. He can't get by Tarnu. And had a late shove there on Philip Tarnu. Had a vengeful mind there after it was Tarnu who took out the legs of Aizoita to draw the first yellow card of the game. Little bad blood between those two. High press here. Put on by Fernandez Kim. Portland coming to this one on a roll. We'd mentioned 3 wins in their last 4 matches. But it's how they've done it that's been very impressive. They've outscored their opponents 5-1 in those 4 matches, and they've recorded 3 clean sheets in the process. They've been hard to break down. And they threaten. Here's Cervantes' shot, collected on the ground by Kristers Bita. Finally, a shot attempt and a shot on target for the visitors. Well-timed run from Cervantes, and it was a good touch with his left, but it didn't have a lot of direction to it. Certainly was not routine, but Kristers Bita made it look like an ordinary play. And Bamford, Van Voorhis. Underlapping run by Bargiolo. His cross, a one-hopper, right to the midst of Bita. The strength of schedule that Timbers 2 have had in those 4 games, it's also been quite impressive. They faced St. Louis City 2, LAFC 2, and Tacoma, who are currently all above the playoff line, as Troy had that one jarred free by Bargiolo. It's one back by the visitors. And Cervantes can cover a lot of ground in a hurry. Clean challenge from behind by Cruz, no whistle. But there is the whistle finally, as the second challenge, not as clean, by Hector Cruz. And Daniel Cervantes livid that there wasn't a foul call to begin with. That one deflected out for a Timbers 2 corner kick, first of the evening for Andres Flores' side. Jogging back really quickly to those matches against LAFC 2, St. Louis 2, and Tacoma. Not only are both of them, all 3 of them I should say, above the playoff line, but those matches all took place on the road. And with those results over the last 4 matches, makes Timbers 2 just one of 4 next pro clubs to have taken points in all 4 of their most recent matches. They're on a roll and look to draw first blood and nearly do so there. And Bita didn't bat an eye. Best set piece chance off a corner kick today. And it was Alex Bamford, 6'2", who got ahead to it. 5 minutes until the announcement of stoppage time. And we are deadlocked. Minnesota have had a lot of chances, not able to capitalize. Timbers 2. They've had very few opportunities, but have come close on a couple of occasions. Tale of two opposites, but yet we have the same score. Hilly, crafty touch, has the run of Troy if he needs him. Hilly's cross. Did Aizoita keep it in? He did. And Minnesota, instead of letting the corner kick take place, they keep the attack alive. Ferris flicked in by Troy. Aizoita. Enriquez. And Joseph under duress, forced to clear it into the opposite half. A joust in the air results in a foul call against Minnesota. Bamford works short. As Minnesota, they've taken away the long ball today. They forced Timbers 2 to break lines. The press continues, led by Fernandez Kim. Pokota. Ferris gains plenty of ground with Greengrass to run. Slows up right at the edge of the attacking third. That ball through traffic, finds Troy, onto the ground, and it's in! What a finish! You knew that moment was coming for Luke Hilly. Minnesota had been knocking on the door all half, and they could head to the locker room up one. The ball through to Troy was just as good as the assist. And Luke Hilly from point-blank range able to put that one by Sam Joseph. He eliminates the possibility of a 10th clean sheet. And it's Minnesota who are up on the third-seeded Portland Timbers 2 just before the break. Timbers 2 reset. And there it is officially. Luke Hilly with the goal.
In the 43rd minute, number 39, Luke Hilly. Assisted by number 32, Troy.
Second assist of the year for Troy. Barjolo prized that one free. Chance to get out and run here. It's Friedman. Has Cruz wide open. And he leaves it short. Intercepted and taken away by Fernandez Kim. It's popped up to Barjolo. Has the edge on Ferris. And what a challenge there. Ferris can't keep it in. But you have to reward the efforts of the Minnesota left back. Apparently last touched by Portland.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
3 minutes of added time will take us to the end of the first half. Krister Spita plays this one as far away from his net as possible. Last touch by Portland. Minnesota look to make it 2. Leo Kalume set to draw out the spot and mark the distance of the wall. Troy with 1 assist already. In a good spot to play this one into the area. Again, headers. That's been an issue for Fernando Adi's side. They've set themselves up in a good spot here. Can they capitalize? It's worked central, then played in. Knocked away immediately. Minnesota feel it's best to reset with their keeper and test the long ball again. A little bit of a collision outside the area, and it's good defense from Timbers too to win that challenge. Cervantes. Bamford, opposite side. Ondo. Aizoita. Meets the run of Ferguson. Eventually gives it away to the feet of Jack Clarkson. Soft touch. Can Timbers 2 capitalize? Aizoita in search of the give and go. Threw that one into traffic. Troy looked to run through. Went down on his own accord as both players had an even chance at the ball. Service. And what a stop from Bita. Barjolo looked to take it out of the air. Oh, what a finish. Aizoita with eyes on the prize. And we are 1-1 right before the break. You never give up on the play. That's the message here. The header stopped by Bita. Barjolo couldn't finish it. And it's Eric Aizoita who comes to the rescue. Portland were so frustrated after conceding that goal to Minnesota. They haven't had the same amount of chances as the hosts, but they have capitalized nonetheless. 4th goal of the year for Eric Aizoita. And we could hear a halftime whistle soon. It sets up an exciting contest in the final 45 minutes of play. Here's the kickoff whistle. And there's the halftime whistle. Portland Timbers 2 even it up in stoppage time to make it 1-1 against Minnesota United FC 2. But coming up in our halftime show, a Texas 2 sum of player profiles, plus scores and August schedules in first half highlights when we come back. Welcome back. We head to Houston for this week's player profile and get to know midfielder Matthew Arana.
My name is Matthew Arana. I play for Houston Dynamo and I play attacking midfielder.
Born and raised in Rocheron, Texas, Houston Dynamo homegrown midfielder Matthew Arana is proud to represent the Bayou City.
Matthew Arana, goalkeeper at the mercy of the finish.
Arana picks it up, 2 defenders in front of him, and stings the back post.
I feel really great. I was born and raised there. No one would ever thought a kid from Rocheron would be pro at 15 years old. And I feel amazing to be able to represent Houston where I'm from.
Arana joined the Dynamo Academy at 11 from his local club Rise SC and quickly climbed the ranks.
I was playing like a year up already. I was already used to it, but it was like a different level still because there was other kids that I never knew that came to this team and they were all really good, so I started off a little bit slow, but I started getting used to it and then I went up the ranks.
From Houston, getting the first Dream Academy. At 15 years, 5 months, 24 days of age, the youngest first-team signing in club history. 15!
I felt amazing. I was ready. I was praying, hoping my name would get called and I could step on the field. When I got there, we did the warm-ups and stuff like that. And I was warming up and we had one sub left and I was the last one. I was like, hopefully my name gets called. And when I went in, honestly, it's a feeling I can't explain how I felt, but it was amazing. And playing against players like Son, I never thought I would watch him. When I was younger, I never thought I would play against him. It was really beautiful.
As Arana developed through the academy, his next step with Dynamo Dos continues to push his game forward.
Arana likes what he sees. Oh my goodness!
It helps me a lot, get minutes in. And obviously this team is still high level. There's a high level of the whole league, and it helps me get minutes so I could prepare for when my time comes with the first team.
He has some really unique qualities to his game that are tough to teach and not many players have. His ability to protect the ball, to be deceptive, to dribble out of situations.
I think the level is just high. And every day you gotta be consistent if you want to get minutes. You gotta work hard. It's tough because I'm like a young player, but I think I'm getting used to the level, and hopefully I could get more minutes in soon.
I love Matthew. He's one of my really close friends. We went through the academy together. We've been with each other to a really young age, and playing on the field with him is amazing. He's a really good player, obviously. All I have to do is pass him the ball, and he'll get us to the other side of the field, dribbling through players.
His performances in his hometown have opened the door for Arana to represent Mexico at the youth level.
2 years ago, March, they sent my Dynamo an email and told me that they were going to invite me to a camp, and I didn't believe it. I was like, oh, it felt amazing. It means a lot to me representing my roots, where I'm from, and my family, and it's a great experience over there. I got number 10 the first time. I was like, it felt beautiful experience for me. When I went over there, I was a little nervous. That was my first time going to Mexico, but the coaches and the players were all really nice, and it felt like a family as soon as I got there.
Through it all, he hopes to make his family proud after all they've done to get him here.
A lot of sacrifices, taking me to all the far tournaments before, because I can't drive yet. They take me here every morning early, and yeah, I really appreciate what they do for me.
My name is Nathaniel James. You can call me Natty James. I'm a striker / winger from Trinidad and Tobago. I grew up in a place called La Hocata Rima. I grew up on the east side of the island. I started in a club nearby named FC Santa Rosa, and that's where I started playing football. My father, he saw that I had my shoes were always dirty after school and stuff, and when I came home one day, I was like, I want to start to play football, and he was like, you want to start to play football? So my father was actually the one who started carrying me out on the field, started passing, kicking, running, teaching me running techniques, everything. Then he got me into football because he used to play as well. After that, I just started playing, and I've been playing ever since. I was in Jablote, and I was playing youth football there. So at that time, I got selected for the under-15 national team. At the time, I was just so happy just to play and just to be around this environment, and I was just so excited for my future and what I could do, and yeah, it's been going good so far. I remember actually getting called to train when I was 15 as well. So I was training with the national team since I was like 15, and then I made my professional debut when I was 18, and then I made my competitive debut when I was 19. It was against Jamaica in Jamaica. You know, I came on, played like 15 minutes. I was so nervous. It was good though, it was good. I came on, had some nice touches, played really well, played as a striker, and yeah, I enjoyed it. And my first competitive debut, I actually scored in it. So I came on for like 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the game, and scored the winning goal, and it was in a CONCACAF Nations League game. Yeah, it was one of the best feelings I've had in my life. When I was younger, I used to take a lot from different players. I think Messi and then Neymar were the two players that I would always look up to, like just watching football, because I was supported Barcelona when I was younger. And when I was like 15, like I started playing as like a cam, like a number 10, so I started watching like Dybala. And I wanted to be just like Dybala. I wanted to play like him, same left foot, same. I just wanted to move and play like him. So I think Dybala, you know, I already did my research, see what it was all about, not Texas or whatever. And then I had a meeting with Coach Gall. John, he gave me a call. It was like everything I ever wanted. He just told me about everything. He was like talking about the new stadium, Mansfield, showing me how good it's gonna be, the environment, and I just fell in love immediately. And I knew that I wanted to be here. I wanted to like put my best foot forward for this opportunity, and I've been trying my best. I've been giving my best every day, so I just want to continue that. From the first day I came here, I was like, I just want to play well, play good. I want to score, I want to assist, I want to help the team in any way possible, you know. So as of right now, my goal is just to help the team make playoffs and see how good we can do this season, see how far we can go, and I think we have a really good shot.
Our score at halftime, Minnesota United FC 2 with 1 against Portland Timbers 2, also with 1. And taking a look at what's to come here around the league as we get ready to turn the calendar into the month of August starting tomorrow. And the upcoming schedule for the weekend, several games on both Saturday and Sunday. Starting off, New York City FC 2 host Philadelphia Union 2. Connecticut United look to pick up steam in the playoff race against Orlando. Huntsville welcomes the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, Crown Legacy, to town. And in the nightcap, it's Tacoma. They take on Whitecaps. Those two faced off already a couple times earlier on this year. And for Sunday, Chicago and Cincinnati do battle to start the matinee of games. And Red Bull New York 2 welcomes New England Revolution 2 to town. And lastly, St. Louis City 2 will take on Real Monarchs. St. Louis City also look to jump into the 5 spot with a possible victory. Taking a look at how we got to where we are, it was about a half an hour of deadlock soccer, as there were a lot of scoring chances early on for Minnesota. The first one there for Luke Hilly. What a stop from Sam Joseph. That would keep it scoreless. And this one came off a challenge in midfield. Arguably, Minnesota had several good chances to test the keeper. They only got one off their foot, and it was wide. Nonetheless, they had their foot on the gas pedal. They had nearly half a dozen corner kicks this half, but couldn't even register a shot on target on those set pieces. Luke Hilly with the breaks, threw the defense off, but that one did not count. It stayed out, and that would also result in a corner kick, oddly enough. Then Timbers 2 finally got their first shot off the foot of Daniel Cervantes, and Christos Bitsa was ready for it. They would also see their first set piece as well, and that header would go over the crossbar, but we would not be done. Minnesota off the foot of Troy Putt, as well as Luke Hilly would score this one and make it 1-0 Minnesota, and Portland had an immediate answer after an incredible stop by Christos Bitsa. Who else? Eric Izoita got the job done yet again to make it 1-1. And when we come back, we'll have the final 45 minutes of play between Minnesota United FC 2 and Portland Timbers 2. Don't go anywhere.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Wins it!
Yeah, boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
We are just moments away from kickoff between Minnesota United FC 2 and Portland Timbers 2 in the second half. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us tonight. We had a lot of fireworks at the end of the first half. We were scoreless for most of the first 45 minutes, but then things got hectic. You look at all the chances that Minnesota had accumulated within the first half of play. And all the set pieces they've collected as well. They struck gold in the 43rd minute. But it would just be 6 minutes later that Portland would answer to make it a one-score game, or 1-1 game, excuse me. In the first half, Minnesota had 9 shots compared to Portland's 5, ended with just 2 on frame. Yeah, Portland right now with an accuracy of 60% with shots getting on target. But Minnesota, they've held the ball. 259 passes compared to 128 for Portland. And the accuracy and the precision for which Fernando Adi's side has shared the ball with, it's been quite eye-opening. They've shared the ball just north of 83%, but they've limited Portland to a passing percentage of 63%. The key in the second half is converting off set pieces. If Minnesota wants to come away with all 3 points in this one, they had 5 corner kicks and had nothing to show for it. Can they use those set pieces to their advantage? They need to win desperately, and if they were to get all 3 points in this one, well, they could jump ahead as best as 5th in the Western Conference table from their 8th spot. For Portland, the best they could do today is jump Houston for 2nd as they trail them by 2 points headed into tonight. Leo Kalume is our head official. He places the ball in the center circle, and it's Minnesota who will take the second half kickoff in the black kits. Portland will defend in the white kits. They'll go right to left. The hosts left to right. Still pretty gloomy weather in Blaine, Minnesota. 68 degrees. The wind has died down a little bit. Now it's 7 miles an hour. There is the whistle. And we are underway for the final 45 minutes of play between Minnesota United FC 2 and Portland Timbers 2. I'm Josh Lill, set to take you the rest of the way in this match. As it's Portland on the front foot early on. Initially won by Cervantes. Van Voorhees controls. It's Barjolo. Won an MLS Next Cup a couple of years ago in the Atlanta United Academy. One back by Minnesota. They play up ahead. And it's the visitors last to touch. Luke Hilly recorded the lone goal for Minnesota back in the first half, and Fernando Adi is very excited with the form that he's been playing with, but also the improvements he made. He suffered a major season-ending injury nearly a year ago. He tore his ACL and came back in the latter stages of June to start appearing in matches. As Cruz with the quick touch falls to Ferris. Friedman outside. Vigilante goes for goal, and it's wide. Another chance here, and Minnesota very good at spreading it out and then able to find the pockets between these Portland defenders. It's now 6 corner kicks, as that one did take a touch. Friedman's ball in. Falls outside the area. It's Troy on it. Ferris around. Heavy from Vigilante, who got this attack started. Cruz tried to split the double team, unsuccessful. Cervantes looks up ahead to Fernandez Kim. Had trouble connecting. And they'll get another chance here after the Minnesota touch. Barjolo. And Minnesota hounding the ball on that far flank. Barjolo. Got the play disrupted by Ferris. Van Voorhis in a battle. And couldn't keep it for the visitors. Interim head coach Andres Flores leads this Timbers 2 side. He's been at the helm since June 5th when he was promoted to interim head coach. And Jack Cassidy was elevated to interim head coach on the first team following the departure of their head coach. And Flores, of course, comes in with good experience, just over 4 years in this organization as an assistant coach. Also played for Portland back in his professional career. Took part in 45 matches and scored a couple of goals for the first team, and even played one match for this very Timbers 2 team. Lund around, and out to Joseph. And Coach Flores also brings very formidable international experience to the table. Nearly 70 caps for El Salvador on their senior men's national team. Played in 14 Gold Cup matches and 11 World Cup qualifiers. Following his professional career, came to Timbers 2 right before the first MLS Next Pro season in 2022 to help lead this side. In nearly 2 months at the interim head coach role, Timbers 2 have not lost a beat. They're in pursuit of the regular season title, and it's well within reach. They're just 4 points out from the top spot in all of MLS Next Pro, even combining both conferences. Minnesota have been a good home team this year. 4 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws. That play at home has not been matched on the road. Today is a critical chance to end July on a positive note. Considering their last 4 matches, they were shut out twice and conceded 9 goals. But like Portland, they've been on the road frequently. Minnesota, their last 3 matches were away from this pitch. And Timbers, too, were away for 3 before their most recent affair against Real Monarchs. To put it plain and simple, it is tough to win on the road in this league as Ferguson looked to get to his right and lost control. Aizoita, the lone Timbers 2 goal scorer. Safely back to Joseph.
Substitution for Portland Timbers 2 in the 53rd minute. Checking in, number 39, Colin Griffith, replacing number 77, Benjamin Arhold.
Substitutions for Timbers 2. Colin Griffith on for the visitors. The former Maryland Terrapin. Scored 9 goals, recorded 6 assists for the Big Ten team. And was picked 45th overall in this year's Super Draft. Former All Big Ten player. And once a U19 MLS Next MVP. The first reinforcement of the night. He comes in for Benjamin Bargiolo. Free kick for Minnesota. Is made known by the head official. This Minnesota team is used to facing the top competition in all of MLS Next Pro. Over their last 7 matches, they've faced the current top 4 in the Western Conference. Ball in dangerous territory. Hilly in pursuit. His sheer presence forces Alex Bamford to clear. Not quite a corner kick at the moment. We'll see if it is actually. And it is. It's Jacob Friedman. 7 corner kicks for Minnesota. Could this be lucky number 7? It's Friedman. Skied to the backside. Headed on. And steered aside by Nicholas Lound. This portion of the match is brought to you by Bell Bank, a family and employee-owned bank. Anderson Ferris likes the tempo his guys are playing with, wants to keep it going. Good win by Timbers 2 in the midfield. Had to joust for that one. Pizza. Not a lot of room to work. It's Clarkson. Tarnu in tough territory, and it forces Lund to head that one out of play. Another shoelace comes undone here. And Sam Vigilante Has to take care of that equipment malfunction, and Jacob Friedman gives him a bit of a hard time. Friedman. Nice ball through to Cruz. That unleashes Hilly. Sliding. Oh, what a play to keep it. Plays it central. That ball on the ground, and it's not even close to Sam Joseph. The buildup was quite enticing. And the finish polar opposite. Luke Hilly. That is crafty from the Minnesota goal scorer. Friedman let it go by. And Pecota stepped up with confidence and played that one way to the right. And Minnesota gave Portland a lot of room to work through the thirds there. Vigilante. Headed down by Hilly. Catches the run of Vigilante. And Friedman. And Ando's shove. Able to keep him off the ball. Cruz. Ball back to Tarnu. Cabia. Alpha Cabia. Underlapping run by Vigilante. Well covered and forces Cruz to work to the back line again. And Minnesota really want to work that right side and quickly switch it. And the opposite players were not ready. And Portland take over. Azoita picks this one up. Has Cervantes up ahead. Works to the outside. Cervantes still in the middle. And what a takeaway there from Ferris. Steps to the ball in confidence. And Griffith goes down. Portland won a penalty. And Griffith has come in and has been a spark off the bench. At the hour mark, the Portland players on the pitch and coaches and personnel on the bench livid. And their side is not at the penalty spot right now. And Colin Griffith has been a force to be reckoned with. Not afraid to take on the ball. Get into a tussle, and there he is, headed over to talk with Aleo Kalume about that previous sequence. Does so as respectfully as possible without drawing a yellow for dissent. Continues to shake his head and disagree with the call, or lack thereof. Timbers, too, have gotten to the penalty spot quite frequently this year. They've scored 4 times on 6 attempts, and both of those are second most in all of Next Pro. As Griffith on the dribble. Lost it to Cruz, who works to Troy. Covers so much ground in a quick period of time. Cleanly dispossessed. Each side with a couple of great challenges that have set up the offense for success. Neither has been able to capitalize, as that one behind Cervantes falls in favor of Minnesota. They win it back quickly. It's Ferguson. Looks to get to his left, and the double team prized that one free. It's Friedman. Vigilante goes down, and Portland disgusted with the call. They felt like it was a bit of a soft challenge. And more reinforcements come on today. Colin Griffith, the lone substitution prior to this moment. Nicholas Dang and George Porter in for Minnesota. Hector Cruz and Sam Vigilante exit for Fernando Adi. And George Porter gets a nice round of applause as he hits the pitch for the first time tonight. He comes on with the likes of Nicholas Dang, a regular at the center back spot, but it is a big moment for Porter as he makes his professional debut. Fernandez Kim around. Ondo. Charles Ondo out wide. And Ferguson has looked to get to his left and hasn't had the chance to do so. He's been shielded away by Jacob Friedman. Aizoita in a triple team. Ondo helps him escape. He's tripped up a bit. He's also triple teamed. And Ferguson goes down, and it's a goal kick. And Jacob Friedman has a bit of banter with Connor Ferguson. This one loose in the box. Ferguson on the sliding attempt, keeps it in, but it's won back by Minnesota. Great pursuit there from the Loons to not give up on the play. And in scrappy fashion, Portland win it back. Then it's intercepted. Cabia. Ferris given a lot of room. Flicked forward by Cervantes. And Fernandez Kim needs some help forward as Minnesota have defensive numbers. I can't shake George Porter. Ondo. Apologies, this is the third match played for Porter. Aizoita. Onto his left, my goodness! A brace in the books for Eric Aizoita, and it is a dazzler. If you want something done, sometimes you have to do it yourself. And Eric Aizoita, through traffic, rifles that one right by Bita. The bench loves that moment, and it is one to celebrate. Much of the control tonight, it's belonged to Minnesota. But Timbers, too, when they've been given their chances, they've taken advantage. Eric Aizoita, now 5 goals on the year. The academy product in his second year with the team. All his goals have come this year. It's been a breakout year for Aizoita. This portion of the match is brought to you by the experts at Alina Health. An altogether better kind of healthcare. Learn more at alinahealth.org. Yellow card right away. And it's shown to Luke Hilly. Nicholas Lund.
Yellow card caution issued to
And forced to back up the ball.
39, Luke Hilly, 66th minute.
Here's another look at it. Hilly in pursuit. And had that late bump on Lund. It didn't go unnoticed by Alejo Kalume. And Minnesota right now have dropped points from a winning position. Something you never want to hear if you're a head coach. Conceding the result. Fernandez Kim on the byline. Floats it to the backside, where it's collected by Ferris. It's immediately won. Aizoita in a tough spot here. Van Voorhis hounded. Somehow ends up with Aizoita. Friedman on the ground. Lund with Hilly there. Hilly with the touch. It's kept in by Portland, and that one hit way too hard by Ferguson. Minnesota have a chance to counter, but can't get out of their defensive half. And they concede the foul in the process. And frustration is beginning to loom over the hosts.
Substitution for MNUFC 2 in the 69th minute. Living the game, number 32, draw.
The long-awaited return of Darius Randall has arrived. Randall on the air, 6 goals and 3 assists. Got off to a hot start. He's back on the bench, and this is his first appearance since June 20th. The perfect player to come off the bench in this situation. And the 4th-year player looks to turn things upside down here for Minnesota after Portland completely flipped the script. Ondo. Got by a couple of defenders. Aizoita. Tackled and wins the foul. Everything is to the liking of the 4th official and the head official. Aizoita. Curling ball off of Griffith. A foul committed in the area by Portland. Gives Minnesota a chance to answer. This Portland team, they've been in a lot of one-score games this year, 9 of them to be exact. And in those 9 matches, they've walked away with 8 wins and just 1 loss. Their last 2 games have been of that kind. Victorious in both. This is a situation that they're very used to. And while it may not necessarily be the most sustainable way to win games, You're able to go through it with your guys, battle it out in these moments that are so difficult and filled with much tension. Ondo. Through to Cervantes. Cervantes onto his right. Had a trouble doing so. And it's chested down right to Christers Bita. Tarnu. Cervantes. Ondo. Back out to Ferguson. He's wanted to get to his left. He's had a little more success doing so lately. And that touch in the area, it's dangerous. But far away from the confines of the net. Heavy run from Cervantes right in the central part of the park. And Jack Clarkson draped all over him. Minnesota moves swiftly. The defender nutmegged there. And Colin Griffith, who was right there, not able to win that challenge. Minnesota keep and send it into recycle. Friedman shoved off the ball. That cross away, and Portland content with the corner kick. Able to keep that ball away from the back post. Well, if you're Minnesota, you have to capitalize here. This is now the 8th corner kick of the night. Have yet to record a shot on target off the set piece. Can this be the moment they've been looking for? It's Porter to cross. It's promising. Falls at the edge of the 6. The header dangerous, but not on target from Philip Tarnu. Tarnu, who stands 6'2", worked into a good spot. It was probably the best scoring chance that Minnesota had off a corner kick today, but it's just not enough in the end. Ferguson onto the near sideline. Fernandez Kim inside to Ondo. Puts moves on the defender. Charles Ondo. It's deflected and Cervantes lost it. If Alva Cabia was not in that spot, it very well could be 3-1 Portland. Look at this move by Ondo on Cabia. It goes off the leg of the defender, Jack Clarkson. Cervantes couldn't put it home, and Cabia, after getting broken down on the play by Charles Ondo, does not give up. And he got back into a good position. That is the definition of hustle and grit. Portland continued to test Minnesota. This portion of the match is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Tried and true, blue. Played on the ground. Tarnu with room to work. That one gets by. And Sam Joseph was ready for it. Last touched by Portland. 9 corner kicks now for Minnesota. Jacob Friedman. Has 3 helpers on the air. Friedman within swing to the backside, and it's punched away by Sam Joseph. It stays in and falls for a 10th Minnesota United FC2 corner kick. Good job there of Nick Dang to shield away the defender. They'll try again, just on the opposite side. Numbers into the box. This one floated a bit higher. It's headed on and even closer. Luke Hilly, right spot, right time. The execution was perfect, but the placement just a tad bit off. Grabbed on the way up as well. And he's frustrated. Understandably so. For the amount of corner kicks that the hosts have picked up today, you'd like to think that they would have scored off one at this point. That is not the case. They need a threat on corner kicks desperately to even this matchup against Timbers 2. It's a good 1v1 battle, as Lucas Fernandez-Kim was close but protected by the defender. Attempt to Ferris, taken away. Darius Randall there. Porter was last to touch. Other scores around the league right now, SKC 2 on top of Houston Dynamo 2. 3-2. If Minnesota could somehow complete the comeback, it would be quite incredible, but for Timbers 2, a loss by Houston and a win here would put them in sole possession of second place. We'll do our best to continue our updates of the Houston match for all the Portland faithful out there. 10 minutes to go in that one, pending stoppage time. Fernando Adi coming into this game wanted to move the ball swiftly, and his side has done just that. You look at the passing numbers, they have been superior in comparison to Timbers 2. Knew that would be key in breaking their compactness. And they have attacked the wide areas. Look at the play of Anderson Ferris and Sam Vigilante. It's opened up play. And Tarnu works to Randall. And while playing the wide areas, it's been back and forth at times. Lack of execution has kept Minnesota behind in this one. The hold-up play of Timbers 2 has been very good today as well. They've gotten forward, waited for reinforcements, and have been able to dish it out further. Although the story of the day right now, Eric Aizoita with a brace in the books. Intercepted and kept in by Dang. That ball over, it plays to Minnesota's advantage. Tarnu puts the brakes on, plays it centrally. The header over Pakota. Another quick touch in, and it's deflected back out. Grab on the play, and Minnesota win the foul. As Dang was in a heated battle there with Daniel Cervantes. Substitutions, just one on for Portland. Henry Mueller, the academy product, on for the 11th time this year. Connor Ferguson makes way for the youngster with just under 9 minutes to go until the announcement of stoppage time. Minnesota need an answer. Jacob Friedman has seen many set pieces at his feet tonight. The sound of the whistle, makes his move and finds no one. Minnesota last to touch, and Leo Kalume got the call right. Slim pickings on that near touch line. Not a lot of room for Timbers 2 to work. They eventually commit the foul. Up next for Minnesota, on August 8th, they'll face San Jose Earthquakes 2. At 7 p.m. local time, they have just one win in 8 all-time meetings against the Earthquakes' second team. They lost 1-0 earlier this year, as Minnesota offside on that play. Anderson Ferris shares his thoughts on the call. It won't change anything, though. As for Portland, they'll head home to face LAFC 2 at 1 p.m. local time. That series even 4 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws. Timbers 2 look to get on the score sheet. They haven't scored against LAFC 2. Or they haven't allowed a goal, excuse me, in their last 2 matches against LAFC 2, which have been a scoreless draw, 1 in PKs, and a 1-0 victory. They'll have a lot of back and forth play, though. They'll head home again to face LAFC 2, but then go on the road for a couple more matches after that, then head home for 3 and face a tough slate of matches against Austin, Vancouver, and St. Louis. And they'll finish their season on the road against Tacoma, as that one goes uncontested. As for Minnesota, they're home for 2 matches, and then they go back on the road for 3 straight to face Real Monarchs, North Texas, and Houston. But all 3 of their matches are at home in September to close out the season. But within those, they'll have 2 teams that are above the playoff line. Each team certainly has their challenges going forward, whether it's travel or strength of competition. It's hard at this point in the year to play in a match that leaves out both of those qualities. Positive movement through. And Alpha Cabia displeased with the call. He thought Griffith went down on his own accord. That official saw otherwise. It's a late set piece chance for Portland.
Yellow card caution issued at NFC 2's number 92, Alpha Cabia.
And you could see the arms make a little bit of contact. That's where Griffith went down. He pleaded for the card, and he got his wish. The wall drawn out. Right at the edge of the area by Alejo Kalume. It is Griffith who's over this ball on the left side. It's Aizoita. who's opposite of him. It's Aizoita for the hat trick. It's off the crossbar. Initially saved. It deflected off the pipes. And Eric Aizoita that close to the Hattie. That was nearly unfortunate for Minnesota. But they avoid disaster at the hands of a miracle. Jacob Friedman checks out of this one. Kellen Grolke and Brody Schaff come in for Minnesota. Fourth appearance on the air for Grolke. And for Brody Schaff. Fourth time on the pitch for the 17-year-old. Minnesota racking up fouls. Portland content with seeing precious time come off the clock. Score update for all the Timbers 2 faithful out there. Houston down in the 90th minute, 3-2 against SKC 2. If these two results hold, Portland's jumping up to the second spot in the Western Conference table. Lund couldn't go through the legs of Randall, who runs over a defender. Bryce Van Verhis comes up all right after he got pummeled. Well, no shutout for Sam Joseph, but it's still an impressive performance. He's only faced 2 shots on target, but made the one stop that was necessary. 90 seconds until the announcement of stoppage time. Minnesota threaten. They lose control. And Portland are taking the wind out of the sails of these Minnesota players. Ondo. Joseph with the heave. Fernandez Kim handles cleanly. Mueller retrieves from Fernandez Kim. He's challenged, bodied off the ball. And it is a clean tackle. Stoppage time has arrived, and it's only 2 short minutes. Almost no time for Minnesota, but it's just enough. Challenge in the area. And Portland do take over. Eric Aizoita with the brace today. And it's stolen the Thunder. Away from a Minnesota side that looked to end July on a high note. And now they draw the foul. One last substitution here in the final stages of the match. You don't usually see a switch this late on with under 60 seconds to go, but it's Cole Crothers on for Timbers too, and you see the urgency he has to get onto the pitch. Doesn't want Minnesota to have any more time than these 2 minutes. 30 seconds and counting until the approximate end. Fernandez Kim checks out. And there's another foul. Back-to-back-to-back fouls and infractions committed by both sides. Timbers 2 clinging on to all 3 points. Wouldn't be surprised to see a yellow card for time wasting here from Sam Joseph. He'll just play it long. Maybe they go a little longer due to the substitution. And there's the full time whistle. Timbers 2 coming to Blaine, Minnesota, and in comeback fashion, take all 3 points, and credit to that man, Eric Aizoita. The players jog onto the pitch as there was a bit of a scuffle. Sam Joseph is fired up. Players and staff of both sides trying to clear everyone and calm down the tempers, but here is our man of the match presented by Adidas tonight. It's Eric Aizoita of Portland Timbers 2. And congratulations to the youngster on his first professional brace, recorded both goals in comeback game-winning fashion. And the second was a beauty for Aizoita, cuts through the defense and gave Minnesota no chance. Now 5 goals on the year for the 18-year-old, and he gives Timbers 2 all 3 points tonight. And with Houston's loss, Timbers 2 moved to second in the Western Conference table. And for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Lill saying so long from Blaine, Minnesota. Our final score, Portland Timbers 2 defeat Minnesota United FC 2-1. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Have a great night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.